Hey y'all, we are here, and today we're going to be speaking on, does he make you feel like an object? So I know a lot of you ladies have been in relationships or are in relationships where whoever you're with may make you feel like an object sometimes rather than a person. Oh, I see some of y'all in the comments. What's up? What's up? What's up? So I wanted to speak on that because a lot of ladies ask me, what if he treats you a certain way or da 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 da. Um, my question to the object, as far as being an object, does not mean you're an object to everyone. It simply means you are just seen as an object to certain people or one person in particular. So it doesn't mean you are an object. It just means that's how they perceive you or see you. So if a lot of people ask, don't you feel like an object? Don't you think that, they're objectifying you? Only those who feel that that person is an object. But when you don't see someone as an object, then you don't treat them like one. So if you're being treated as such, ladies, know that that's only that one person, and don't feel like that's who you are or what you are. I know sometimes dating men with money can make you feel like an object, and sometimes dating men who probably only wanted you for the way you look or whatever will make you feel objectified sometimes. But just remember, only to them is that's how they see you, not the rest of the world or the people in your life or your family or those that truly love you. So don't get hung up on that. you know Always make sure that you see yourself however you want to see yourself. You said, I never even thought about that. I'm getting what you. Yeah, like um, never make someone else your your outlet for objectifying them. And I feel like if women were not objectified, they would less likely objectify other people or men in individual. So I was always saying, if men didn't want women for their looks, then most women wouldn't want men for their money. So it's just like there's a question and answer. It's like, okay, what do you value? Looks. Okay, women, what do you value? Money. Okay, so okay, well, in order to have this, then I have to do this. So then that's their instruction. That's their instruction in life. And they grow up saying, okay, well, if I want this, then I got to do this, or I got to look like this, or I got to make this much money. It's always that way. And so when people like that get together, you're going to feel objectified, and so will the man. But remember that that all can change. Like once you get to know somebody, that will change over time. But sometimes it might not. And if it doesn't, then it doesn't. But remember, that's not who you really are. That's just what you presented. So I always say, don't get confused about how people see you and who you are. Because once you have objectified yourself, and once someone has objectified you, um, don't forget that that was only what they call society, pitting you against one another as objects. So, it is what it is. Make sure that you never forget who the real person is. Because you can act all day. You can act all day and say, oh, I'm the gold digger because, yeah, um, I look good everywhere I go. Da, da, da. Yep, 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 yep. All true, all true, all true. But at the same time, I'm still also a person. Ooh, I'm still also, someone that has a brain. I'm still also someone that has feelings sometimes. I'm still also someone who is, funny and da da da. So all those things that you are as a person, always keep them and never allow people to tell you who you are. So, how people treat you is a reflection of how they see you and how you treat yourself. So that's why I say always treat yourself like a priority. Always treat yourself like you're worth it. Always treat yourself like you are more than just an object. And this is where a lot of people get upset when I teach people, don't treat yourself less than what you want someone else to treat you like. And if you fall off and start to do that, then just pick yourself right back up and put yourself right back where you belong and don't listen to anyone else. You know, yeah. Even if they are quote unquote fake feelings sometimes, you still feel real about yourself. You still feel real about the things that you're passionate about. So fake feelings are for fake people. Okay, I will repeat that. Fake feelings are for fake people. So if there's someone who is in your life that you are faking feelings with, they tend to maybe feel as if, you don't really know that person all that well, or there's a barrier there of communication because you don't feel as if you know each other well enough. And also it could be a fake, type of objectified relationship. So that's all you have to remember. Like, doesn't make you a person that has to fake feelings. It makes you a person that fakes feelings around fake people or people that you don't feel connected to or close to. But those relationships can always be worked on if they need to be. Yeah. So your feelings about you are real, but my feelings about others are fake. That's right. And the reason why I say that is just depends on who those other people are, you know. Um they're not, others don't mean everyone. It just means, individuals that don't have, um a connection. Okay. Or as close as a connection as we should, or da da da. But that changes over time. um I've met people and it took a while for me to warm up to them sometimes. But when you do, it's almost as if, those feelings change. But once you are, you know, in a relationship, like especially if you're in a long-term relationship, you start to have the unconditional type of feelings. And unconditional does not mean like affectionate sometimes, you know what I'm saying? So a lot of people confuse unconditional with affection. That's not the same thing. So people also get confused about how, to express feelings of love or gratitude or whatever. It's however you feel like you should express them at that given time based on that current relationship. So don't ever think you're doing something wrong. If you're not feeling it, you just ain't feeling it, you know? Uh-oh, sprinkle, sprinkle, transformational, sprinkle, sprinkle. So yeah, you don't feel it, you don't feel it. You can't force yourself to feel something. All you can do is, be nice, for the other people's feelings sake. But a lot of people try to make you feel bad or guilty about not feeling a certain way. That's your feelings, baby. And you feel however you choose to feel or however you need to feel, because people don't have control over how you choose to feel. And once you realize that, you're fine with however you feel at the time, you know. And it also helps people from um, manipulating you so much, especially if you see that people are trying to manipulate you. If you don't care, then it doesn't really work. Mhm. I didn't have kids yet, so I'm not overly empathetic towards other people. Yeah, I wasn't either before I had kids. And then when you do have kids, you're just overly empathetic with them most of the time and not other people still. Maybe other kids, maybe, but that's about it. So, how they treat you, if they objectify you, you know, take note of that. And when it's time to make major decisions, keep that in your mind. When it's time to make decisions on, what you're going to do, how you're going to spend your time, where you're going to go, if you want to take a vacation or whatever, keep those things in mind, because if you don't want to feel like an object at a particular moment, then you don't spend time with the person who objectifies you. You spend time with someone who may not, or who does not. Um, and when you want to feel objectified, then go find the person that objectifies you. Because sometimes people do want to feel objectified. As a reminder, and that's crazy, because like if you feel like, oh, I want to feel objectified today, I want to see, if I'm correct. Does this person only like me for this reason, or is this person only, with me for this reason? Just like men try to do with women. Does this woman only want me for my money? Sometimes they like to feel that, because that's what keeps them going. That's what also keeps them on, whatever they were on, to be able to attract that person and that lifestyle. So sometimes it's not a bad thing. Sometimes it just is what it is. Um, uh, if I get objectified, you just objectify the person right back. Exactly. And they're fine with it, because they know they're doing the same thing. Um, that's why I'm saying, like, if you're going to get in a relationship, make sure both sides know what they're getting into, because usually when they do know what they're getting into, it's not a big deal. Okay. If I get objectified, I literally disappear. LOL. They'd be like, "Have you ever heard from her? Child, be gone." That's right. On to the next. And it's just only when you forget or don't want them anymore, or ignore them, that they want to get your attention again. But even, oh, sorry, my little ring light thing. So it's only when they want your attention, they try to get your attention again. And even if you're married, when you're not paying attention to your spouse, they tend to try to do anything to get your attention still. So, hmm although you cut him sexually, he doesn't seem to care. Should I get divorced? um, if you want to, like, that's up to you. And if you have everything in order that you need to get in order, that's definitely not really something that I can tell you. That's something you have to answer on your own. Like for me, I couldn't tell you. Mhm. Like it depends on the whole situation. What's the situation? That's why you got to have the whole story. The whole story. Because sometimes, people don't know the entire story about certain relationships. And so, even if they did, whatever looks correct on the surface, you know, may not be what's correct, you know, really. And there's so many different types of relationships out there. You just have no idea. So that's why I always said, like, I've learned that. Like before, I would just say like, oh yeah, just leave. But there's lots of different ways to leave someone without leaving them. You know what I'm saying? Um, if a rich man is testing at the beginning by not spending money, is that indicates he will be cheap in future or just temporary? I have no idea. You know, for me, if I was in need of that money, Like if I was broke, if I didn't have any money, yeah, he better pay if he's wasting my time, baby. Yes. But if I have money and he's testing me, I have to realize this. Am I the test or is he the test? That's what I always say. Am I the test or is he the test? Am I testing him or is he testing me? And when we don't know, it's funny because sometimes when you think you're giving a test, you're really just being tested. Especially if you have a lodge. And also like especially if if you have things to pay for. Do you have kids? Does this man expect you to go without just to be with him if you have kids? Or does this man pay for you sometimes, or does he pay for you all the time, or does he not spend money at all to see if you really want him or whatever, to make sure you're not objectifying him? Well, I feel that most men can tell if a woman really wants them for them. They can tell, I promise you, because the woman will probably make more eye contact. They will probably be a little bit more submissive acting around them. And they probably will be more, feminine towards them in a way that is not super seductive, or in a way that is more, allowing that man to take charge. So if you have a target, you're most likely going to, have some type of, strategy. So when women don't really go in with a strategy and with, plans on how they're going to do A, B, C, and D with this man, that's how you can tell that they like you. Because if you're really trying to get someone and you are really trying to make sure that, this and that, you're going to have strategy. If you really like someone, or if you like someone's personality, you're going to explore that first before you make any type of plans. Right. So the men can tell, they know, unless they're not paying attention. But I feel like sometimes men can get like caught up in a woman's look, or, trying to test her, and they don't really notice those things. So, while they're trying to play and run their tests, women are, that really like them for them, who are showing them, the real them. So, or, partially the real them, they don't notice it. And a lot of times it's the same for like, for men. Like when the man is showing the woman the real them, the woman may be so focused on their money that they don't see the real them. So it goes both ways. And I've seen that so many times. I've done that. So I know, like I will see someone only for their money, and then I will see someone only for their personality, and I could care less about what they got. But yeah, they got to be able to take care of themselves, and me if I need help, because I ain't dating no squibs. But definitely not trying to get in their pockets, not needing to. Definitely interested in the pockets, but also definitely interested in how they think as well. So it's just different with different people. I feel like personality has a lot to do with if you're going to be objectified or not. That's why I say, don't have a boring personality. If your personality is a certain way, then people are going to be more attracted to you. Okay. And also, how creative you are. Some men, especially men with money, and they appreciate creativity. They appreciate that because, or they also appreciate, how you think, or what you have as far as your personality and, mentality. They appreciate that too. So, how do you get emotionally detached from a situation when you're aware that the guy has a girlfriend and he is sleeping with her, but he is interested in dating you? Um, Honestly, it just a lot of people probably have that situation, so I don't know. But I would definitely say, you know what? If you're with this person, you're with this person, um, and you're interested in me, great, whatever. I'm interested in myself too. Get in line. Yeah. Okay, how you doing? I'm interested in a lot of things, a lot of different type. So, there's lots of interests in this world. Like I'm interested in so many different types of subjects that, who knows? That doesn't do anything for me. You know what I'm saying? It's a compliment, but at the same time, it's a diss. So, it then so therefore it's like as if nothing happened. It's a compliment diss. Okay. It's like doing a BOGO sale and doubling the price. It makes no sense. Thanks, Sheer, for sharing your wisdom. Well, I only share with those that deserve. Hmm. Anyway, and sometimes, meeting someone, uh, whether it was, whether it lasted or not, or whether it will, be something that you want again or never, it may have created, something where you have a new way of viewing your life, or it may have put you in another direction where your life is going to improve, like however you want it to. So that's why I say I never regret any anybody I've met, any of my exes. I never regret because I learned from all of them. And I think a lot of women have issues regretting their exes. Never regret your ex because you learned from them. You got a lesson from them. They may have, taught you something so valuable that you'll be able to use it for the rest of your life. So that's why I never regret exes. And I would definitely make sure that, especially as you get older, ladies, when you're after the age of like 20 something, tend to only date men that, there's something that you like or something like qualities that you prefer, and not some not the qualities that you don't prefer, or don't sleep with the type of man that you don't want, as uh what do I say, a a father, just in case you get pregnant, so don't ever do that. um that way, if something happens by accident, you're like, oh well, still good news, you know. Hmm. That way you won't be like, dang. You be like, good news. So that makes all the difference. Whether it's what to do when husband is dusty in disguise. You, if you are a true dust, what do you call it? You said a dusty in disguise. Well, it depends on, like, if you're talking about like a dusty, like doesn't have any money in their bank accounts and can't pay your bills and things like that. Is like that would be impossible, because I wouldn't marry somebody that could do that. You know what I'm saying? Or okay. How to get your older baby father to give more money besides threatening child support? Um, I don't know. Make a deal. Ask for what you need. If they don't give what you need, then get it from somewhere else. I don't know. Like, I mean, besides child support, that's all you can do. Ask for what you need. If they don't give it to you, get it from somewhere else. You're leveled up and he doesn't touch your money but won't spend on me. Oh, well, then sometimes other people will spend on you, or you know what I tell them? Go grocery shopping with the cash back option, okay? Sprinkle, sprinkle. You're leveled up and he doesn't touch your money. Okay, I already read that one. So a lot of these questions are kind of like reflective questions, like obvious answer questions. So maybe you guys are just, asking questions to ask questions, but I don't answer all questions, just the ones that I feel like are relevant to my video. You're the same way you be damaged to get dogged out and not learn from that. And sometimes people don't realize that, like, honestly, I will always tell y'all, you all go back and watch every video. I keep telling people I never regret any ex. Never. I don't care what happened. I don't regret them at all, because I feel like for some reason I took their good qualities. You know what I'm saying? Like, for some reason I got all the good stuff out, and I'm using it in my life on a daily basis. So I never regret. I always feel that men may regret, or women who chose certain types of men that didn't get anything out of the situation, they may regret. But I feel like I got what I wanted at the time that I wanted it. In those relationships. So I never regret. If you regret stuff, you're basically, what you're saying is that you don't know what you're doing in your life. You know what I'm saying? You're not in charge of your life. Because if you were, you wouldn't regret anything. Even if it feels wrong at the time, you'll know it's always for the best. So I always say I never regret anything, and you can't start. You've been dating since February. He still dreams of the ex that he broke up with last year. Do the dreams mean anything? Can I help make them stop? Perhaps the ex is trying to, like, perhaps the ex is still thinking about them, and maybe that's why she's dreaming, or he's dreaming of her. I would definitely say, like, if you keep dreaming about something, it's not only on one end, in my opinion. It's not, because you can dream about anything. Why that particular thing? So I would say there's someone that keeps wanting you to dream about them, or she wants that person to dream about them. That person is in their subconscious mind, and I have no idea. How to get over ex-boyfriend who got another girl pregnant while you were with him? Get over an ex-boyfriend that got somebody pregnant. Like, honestly, I would never. I don't know. Like, if you got somebody pregnant, well, you better be super rich. That's all I know. Yeah. I mean, if you're not super rich, then I would be over you, and I would probably be upset that. But if it was my husband, it would be a whole different story. If it was just a boyfriend, whatever. We ain't married. But if it's a husband, oh no. Okay. How to get a man to increase your own social status to meet richer men. I don't care about my social status. Like I like being on, YouTube and stuff, my own YouTube. But when it comes to like the outside world, I don't care about social status. I don't, like it doesn't bother me at all. I don't really go out there anyway like that. So I don't really I couldn't answer that question for you unless I was trying to climb a social status, ladder, but I'm not. Um, 'Cause I can't, like, I wouldn't be able to do that all the time. You feel like a guy in a relationship status really means in a relationship, but you can still hit me up, right? How do you tell the difference between a guy pursuing you over love or lust? Um, I feel like the man will know how. Okay, lust is not a long chase. Love is a long chase. So if it's years, it ain't no lust. If it's months, it could be lust. If it's weeks, it could be lust. But if we're talking like years and decades, that's love. Oh shoot, I got a text. Oh, sprinkle, sprinkle. Thank you. You know who you are. Sent me cash. Sprinkle, sprinkle. So I don't want to say name because I don't know if they want me to say their name. But yeah, if it's years and years, yes, that's love. If it's months and months, that ain't no love. That's infatuation or lust or mistaken like feelings. What about dating a man that is about to finish law school? I don't like they too young for me, baby. I, yeah, I know I like them older. Um, you're manifesting your new life. Good. Well, just live your new life. I feel like sometimes you don't really have to manifest everything you do. Sometimes you just do things to create what you want. Everybody's always like, I think they overuse that word, and that's the problem. I mean, I have a book on manifesting, but I'm just saying, people overuse the word manifesting when you can do so much more on your own before you even have to do that. Manifesting, I feel, is just when you are, really are trying to create something major. Because if we start using the word manifest so easily, it's going to lose its power. You know what I'm saying? It's going to lose its, you know, power. Everybody talking about manifest. You manifest when you truly need to, when it's something major and big that you really are trying to do. And if and sometimes it's the moment that you choose to, manifest, that is the most important. Because when you do that, it's like the timing is perfect, the timing is correct, and everything falls into place as it should. So that's why I say, don't overuse the word manifest because it's not. It's like people overuse the word love, or people overuse the word, you know, whatever word people overuse these days. Soulmate or something like that. Oh, that's my soulmate. That's my twin flame. People overuse that. It's only, manifesting for me is basically when you really want to accomplish something. And when you're in a place where you don't feel like you belong and you want to be elsewhere or better or, more improved and things like that. So that's what I say. You said overused narcissist. Yeah. People keep calling everyone narcissistic because they don't understand them. um, if you have to throw words around so much, you know, perhaps someone is objectifying you as well. A lot of people will throw words around like narcissist, try to label people this and label people that. I mean, when you put labels on people, you are objectifying them as well. You're trying to fit them in a box as a neat subject that can be, explained, studied, and, checked off of a list. But that's not how the real world works. So if you have an issue where you are trying to, this is why I don't typically like labels, is because they're limited. And that's why people tend to feel it's okay to objectify people, because we objectify people when we study psychology. We objectify people when we study medicine. We give you a label, a number, a file. Okay. No, you can't do that. Like if you do, remember still, that's still a person, you know. Me, you can't label me because I will change and your label will be incorrect. Um And I think that's a problem. So many people have started to try to put a label on someone. And then when they change, it's like, no, you have to fit back into this label. No, you have to get back into this box. No, you have to stay here because this is what I labeled you. Well, that doesn't make a difference, you know? So, especially in a relationship, this is what you're supposed to be. Shut up and look this way. No, baby, or this is what you're supposed to do. Okay. So you can't label something because it will always, you know, not fit that label at some point. He pays all the important stuff, bills, food, trips, just no extra cash or unnecessary shopping. If you have someone else to pay for it, then great. If you can pay for it, great. As long as you ain't sleeping with them, great. Sprinkle, sprinkle. How you doing? Sure, will lure you in, then kill you. Ha ha ha. No. Why would I kill you? I'm not a murderer. You're going to marry. You're going to marry somebody when the time is right. I understand about the SM thing is kind of what? What's the SM? I don't know what that is. It's true. Nurses at the hospitals call patient by numbers like they aren't human. I know. You call me by a number, you're gonna get called by another name too. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Listening to you makes me care free. Okay. You deprived. Okay. Sure, your sugar daddy withhold the money. He wants the sugar, but I won't give in. Is it time to get another one? Do you need one? Like, okay, like it just depends on what games y'all. What game is he playing? Is he playing a game? Or are you playing a game? Does he want sugar? Do you not want to give sugar? Has he given you money? Then there's no reason to give him no sugar, baby. You're not a sugar baby if he ain't giving you no money, and he ain't a sugar daddy if he ain't giving no money. So I think you can take that word out of the situation. Y'all just two people that want something that neither one are willing to give. So I wouldn't even say that that's a sugar daddy, or you ain't no sugar baby. All you are is someone that they know and that they want. That's it. Your friend got mad because you didn't call her for a week. Ended our friendship is just working out. You just been working out and focusing on your goals. Why do people want to occupy so much space in your life? I don't know. Like, um, I'm not a phone person. I mean, unless I'm getting paid to talk on the phone, I'm really not a phone person. So I don't be on the phone anyway. You know what I mean? Um, so you got to know, like people just don't be on the phone like that all the time. If they didn't call you back and you ended a friendship, then I feel like then maybe the person does not understand. Or if they do understand, maybe the person is very, sensitive. And because I feel like if you don't I don't know. Maybe it's because I was desensitized, like I was used to dealing with people that did not care a lot. And so if I would text someone or if I would text someone and they stopped texting back, it was no big deal. It was basically was like, I'm done talking. And if I don't text back, it means I'm done talking. So um to me, I was just kind of desensitized to when people text and stuff. I don't feel texts. You know what I'm saying? Texts are emotionally dry. I don't feel texts. And I'm not a phone person either. So like it doesn't offend me or bother me if someone doesn't text. It doesn't offend me or bother me if they to be ghosted or anything. But what would bother me or offend me was if they said something that was mean or rude. That would offend me. But if not texting back, oh, they're busy, oh, something must be happening in their lives, try to be more understanding. So I would not sweat the small details, but I would definitely, not fault that person because I don't think people really know people on a level where they have to make sure that their text is like saying something that it never said, like, I don't want to be friends with you anymore, so I'm not going to text you back. That's not what the text said. The text said, I must be super busy right now to not text you back. Ugh. I must be doing something that is a priority over all of this. It also must say, like, I must have something major going on. You know, to me, that's what I would feel. He said this advice work. He put a ring on it. He did, girl. Hi. I feel like my friend hold me back from my sugaring lifestyle. Should I stop talking to them? I mean, if that's what you want, for me, like if that's what you want, like uh if that's your priority, then make that your priority. The sugaring life. Okay? People don't owe you a text. If you beg for attention, they will control you. Okay. The advice really works. Okay, yeah, I read that. So, should you care if he objectifies you if you get what you want from him, or would it show him you're okay with being disrespected? Um, I feel that if you're getting what you want and you know you're being objectified and they know that they're being objectified as well, I think the feeling is mutual. But if they disrespect you, then you also have the same right to disrespect them right back. Because obviously there's an understanding between both of you guys that y'all are being objectified with each other. So I don't think they would really care. I don't think they would take it personally if they only see you as an object. You know, like for example, if you only saw someone as an object, you wouldn't really take what they say personally because to you, they're just an object. But if you cared more about what they thought or what they, felt about you, then maybe you would take it more heart to heart. So it just depends on how you feel. Mhm. Your boyfriend stopped giving you money. He always try to change my mind when I ask how to trick him. He is rich. Um, I would say stop worrying about that and just, do whatever you want to do. Um, if you want to be tricked, just to see what he's talking about, then fine. But you can always do whatever you want as well. Like you got free will. You can date the same day. You can go out and find someone else. You can do all of those things. It just depends on whether you're going to do that or not. But like, you don't have to. If he's rich, and he's not giving you any money, I don't know. Did you ask for any? You know, don't give him no honey if he don't give you no money, baby. Uh huh. No honey, no money, no honey, man. So that's how I feel about that. That's how I feel. No money, no honey. You asked the guy you were dating for money in the first week of knowing him. He disappeared. He was rich. Was it too early? A week? Might have been too early. Depends on how much he liked you. If he really liked you, he would have gave it to you, girl. Okay. He said I was 2 red flags. Okay. Red flags get attention though, don't they? Better than 2 white flags. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Hmm. Have you ever had a man to try to treat you like an object? Of course. Most men do. Most men treat women like objects. Um, I saw you in a dream last night. I saw myself in a dream too. You ever see yourself in a dream? Like, how do I see myself? I look good. I'm gonna stay asleep a little longer because I look good in this dream. You know, there's too many people that want to call you a friend and think they are entitled to your time and energy. It's manipulative if they want to use you. Yeah, that's true. Like, I think sometimes people that call themselves friends, if you don't call them your friend first and they call you their friend first, then that's how you know. A man said, okay, you got red flags too, girl. She's looking for close friend to build friendships. Or maybe she's looking for him. Honestly, when I always feel like that. Okay, well, because y'all know I don't have a lot of friends, so I always feel that way until I do find someone like that could be a friend or some type. But then I like, you know what? I don't feel like doing none of that. When I'm lazy, like when it comes to like actually going out and doing things that require a schedule and getting up and meeting people at a specific time and da 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 da. Or blah 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 blah. So that it's kind of like, okay, I don't want the obligations. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes it's almost as if, okay, you get invited to stuff or they want to do this or what they want to do that, and you get invited, and it's like you feel obligated. Now you don't want to do it because you didn't plan on doing, and so now you think, oh, well, if I want to keep this friend or if I want this friend to, you know, to be cool and do things that I need them to do, sometimes then I have to go. So it becomes more of an obligation than a friendship. And a real friendship would not have an obligation attached to it. Like if you just say, girl, I don't feel like going today, they'll be like, okay. And they'll, find something else to do. They wouldn't really be mad. They really wouldn't care. They would just be like, okay, well, have fun sleeping or whatever. So I would feel like having that expectation and that obligation does not equate friends. Okay? Because if I say I don't feel like doing something, if I'm afraid to tell you, or if I feel like you're going to get upset, or feel like your feelings are hurt if I say I don't want to do this, that's not a friend. You know? So that's how I feel. Like that's why there's different types of friends. There's friends you hang out with. There's friends that don't want anything from you. And then there's friends that, are just labeled friends because you know each other and have a couple things in common. So I feel like a real friend would, be more, tolerant. Hmm. If a man recommends a movie or brings up something you did, what does it mean? Recommends a movie or brings up some um means he was thinking on it. Hmm. What does it mean for you? Nothing. What food to order on a first date? Food you like, but not sloppy to eat. Mm-hmm. Embrace your inner Jezebel and Lilith. Yeah, embrace them. Hmm. You know, there's like two sides to Jezebel and Lilith. You know, there's two sides. They don't have just one side. So you really have to read that story to know, you know, because Lilith was two different ways, and so was Jezebel. And the reasons that they did what they did was not lust. Okay, true. How do I stay so positive? Mm, just, you know, always find a way. Always find a way because there's always a way. There's the same amount of ways as there are to be negative. There's probably even more ways to be positive. So it just depends on what you're focused on. You attract married men. What does that mean? It means married men act single, baby. Sprinkle, sprinkle. If I attract or embrace your child, I want to make you anything. What? There's somebody in the comments act talking silly. Sure, I'm like you and I don't have friends. My girls are unlike me that they want real friends. I'm at a loss. My only friends are my sisters and have um well, they're gonna have to make a friend. They'll figure it out, you know. And these days it's very hard to make friends because everybody's online on TikTok or Instagram or Facebook or whatever. So I think the value of friendship is less than it used to be. Hmm. You ask a man why men don't approach you. He said, I always look nice, so they're intimidated. I've never been approached in person other than Dusty's. Oh. Um, you look too nice or like you look too like pretty? Is it like good or attractive? Is that what you're saying? Well, they think you're going to tell them no. So I would definitely what I would look, that's not your problem, baby. That's their problem. So just keep looking like you look, and the man who's confident enough will will approach you one day. Okay, one day. Your husband listened to your channel. He was money, and he says you know men. Oh, he have money, and he say yeah. Well, at least he was honest. That's funny. How to deal with dusty, musty, crusty men staring at you when walking down the street is don't walk down the street, baby. Get you a car. get you some type of transportation, baby. If you have to walk down the street to get, from your car to a specific place, then just look at your phone or pretend you're on the phone. Hey, yes, oh my goodness. Yes, mother. Yes, mother. Yeah, mom, 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 mom. Just keep saying mama. Okay, mama. Yeah. Okay, mother. Okay, mom. Okay, mom. Whatever accent you use to call your mom, whatever name you call your mom. Pretend like you talk to your mom, and they were not gonna bother you. Hey, yeah, what's going? Okay, yeah, okay. Oh, yeah, took the kids in. Yeah, make sure. Uh huh. Yeah. Okay. I'll be home soon. Girl, they gonna walk the other way. Zoop. Make a U-turn quick after they start approaching. Can you get the bartender or one of the staff what to give you free drinks? What makes a man want to marry? So no one else can have you. That's what I really think. Uh, or they can't imagine life without you. Or their life has improved so much since they've gotten with you, they can't imagine life without you. So, uh, one of those. Hmm. Getting favors men love to help, feeling needed. Hmm. Well, you say you want sex, but he doesn't. What's up with dude? I don't know what's up with dude. Like, I don't know. What's up with you? Like, is he straight? I don't know. Does he know? Do you know? Do y'all talk about it? Do y'all communicate properly? How to deal with other women messaging your men to get with him? Honestly, I would be like, okay, well, if I found that, I would be like, okay, well, you want? I guess we got an open relationship now, or I guess we can start receiving texts now. It's kind of like permission. Like, if they don't stop it and block, then you have permission to do the same. You got permission, baby. There's permission. And you know, if you talk about it and then you say, okay, well, we don't want to do that anymore, then y'all have to agree to that. You got to make sure it's a mutual agreement. Men marry what is valuable to them specifically, and that's different for each man. Also, if he's high caliber, then you have to generally, yeah, I feel that's true, and I feel that it just depends on the type of man and the type of relationship you guys have. Okay. Man show disrespect, you have to meet him in the same way. What? You're not positive either. Okay, you're not possessive either. I'm like that. I've had women love me before, and it was me who ruined it. But I'm older now and know what I want now. Uh huh. You want to have. You want. You want to have what? And I don't have children. You don't want no children, but you want to do it. Is this an obstacle for me to find out? I think man would pretty much agree to anything in that particular area. Make you feel like you should try doing ASMR. I have all those channels, but yeah, if all y'all would go over there and subscribe to it, maybe I would. But I'm not gonna sit up here live and do ASMR for a couple people, baby. Yeah, if y'all want me to do ASMR videos, everybody need to go over there and subscribe. Okay. So I think it's Ashira ASMR or ASMR Ashira or something like that. Okay. All men are possessive and controlling inside. That's why they manipulate. Okay. if your company doesn't lead to if your company doesn't lead to cavities or spoil your appetite for others, you're not sugar daddy nor bad. Uh-huh. Y'all need to be in the kitchen, get ready for Thanksgiving. We don't celebrate Thanksgiving over here. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Like we skipping Thanksgiving. We have decided it's not a holiday that we need to celebrate. Ah, not yeah. We don't celebrate Thanksgiving anymore. Starting this year, we're done. I don't want kids. How do you feel that affects the relationship? Don't tell them. You might change your mind later on. Yeah. Just don't say nothing until you absolutely 100% sure. Or if you don't want to have kids, make sure you can't have no kids. You know, that way you could just, oh my goodness, I can't have children. Okay. You've dated multiple divorcees this year. You found that marriage only benefits women financially if it is supposed to. Other than that, marriage is a burden on women. I've never been married. Okay. Well, people do their research and they find, those things, like I said, and they never say, and then they say, I never get married. That's good. That's good. But like I always say, I never regret anything. Even if I married the wrong person, I would never regret it because it led me to where I am and all the things that I have. So like it works both ways. Like I never regret anything, but I also never say I will never do something unless I know for sure it's something that I don't never did and never will do. I don't just look at other people's situations and say, well, I'm not going to do that because look at what happened with them. Um, I tend to be like, okay, well, I'll try, but listening to those other people's stories may help you to navigate your relationship a little bit better. And listening to those people's stories and issues may help you solve the ones that may occur in your future relationship. So it's it goes both ways. So I would never say I'm not going to do anything. I'll just learn from other people and apply that knowledge to whatever it is that I need to be doing. Uh-huh. You just like Thanksgiving food? Okay. Man told you he wants an open relationship, doesn't want to marry, told him I was getting married. He still pursued. Why? Guess he's willing to meet my requirements. Yep, give him your requirements. Your requirements may be too much for that man. You just never know. Or they might be into it. You don't ever know. He might be like, I can do that. I ain't got no problem with that. And then it might be the best move of their entire life. You know, might they may be like, shoot, I'm glad I met her. You just saw your man on one of the chatting apps. How should you act? Girl, make you an account. Shoot, what you waiting on? He ain't waiting for you. Make sure it's not somebody they working for. If it's like a dating service, girl, what you waiting for? Put your profile up there too, if that's what you want. Mm. Any advice on mid 40s? These men have four young women. It's very hard and unavailable emotionally. Have four women, young women. You 40, girl? Do you look 40? Sprinkle, sprinkle. By the way, if you don't look 40, then don't even worry about being 40. If the men want young women, that's fine. Just go find a man that wants you, or find an older man. Honestly, I know that men that like young women definitely want to see how much control that they can have over the young woman. So And young women tend not to know as much as older women, so they don't question those men as much, or they tolerate a little bit more. So basically what they're saying is, I want younger women because they tolerate more. Okay. But they don't also take into consideration that those younger women will also, have more options as well and have more demands. So, hmm then they got to live with that. I got options and demands. You said you was a bad kid, so your kid will be bad, girl. Shoot, kids back in my day were, bad, and today they think trolling online is bad. You said younger women will cheat on them too. I know. Like, men always think that there's a way to do, and I'm not trying to put them down, but like men always think, oh, younger women are the answer until they start being more demanding, until they grow a little bit older. Then they're not the answer anymore. Then they're the problem. So remember, younger women get older and more demanding and require more if you want to keep them. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Look at me. Young women get old and they require more. Sadly, they don't think about that when they're going after them. It's hilarious that men who are 50 plus think that women in their 20s like them for their personalities. Well, it depends. If I would say if the 20-year-old is more mature and the 50-year-old is somewhat attractive, it could be, but it could probably a mix of both, like security and personality. But if if it's obvious, like I only want you for your money, then it's obvious. It's hilarious that men who are okay, I already read that one. You always want a man 10 years older than you. The choice between having many girlfriends and a good relationship with a man. I don't know. Like, I feel that men tend to run away from issues and just run to the next woman. That's why they want many girlfriends versus making everything correct and right in that one relationship and working on that one relationship. They would rather, put 10% in here, put 10% in there, put 10% in here, and put 10% in on the next chick rather than, working on that one relationship. So the reason why is because either they don't like that person enough to put in that much effort into the relationship, or they feel that there's still someone else out there that may be for them, or they were never really genuinely into that relationship for the correct reasons. So, but I think underneath it all, most people know why they're in a relationship. What do we do in our mid 40s with these unavailable men that want young girls? Honestly, a lot of men to me that are in their 40s are too young. So I really wouldn't be worried about any men in their 40s. Maybe 50s, mid 50s and up. If if they want younger women, then they want objects. So I would definitely be like, okay, well, they're in that midlife crisis phase. Let them get their little object until their object turns into an obligation, and you know, and starts draining that bank account. Let them have it, because that's what they really want. Um, if someone is not looking to objectify you, those are the men that are going to be attracted to you. Um, so just I think be patient. Um, but I feel that most men who, are at the age where they feel like they want a younger woman, it's because they've been with a woman their own age, and they feel like, okay, I've already done this. Now let's go see what I can do with my 50-year-old bank account, like, status, and see if I can get the women that I couldn't get when I was in my 20s. It's a lot of men's fantasies to see what they can get now when they have more money, because they all know that women like money and are attracted to money, not them physically at that age. So now that they've invested in themselves and earned all this money, or was built by their wife or whatever, they can go and get the type of women that they never could get before. So that's what they tend to do. And it's the same way, like if it's a woman, she's like, okay, well, I married, or I have a man my own age, but they're not doing anything for me. So let me go find someone a little bit older who can spend money. That's how younger women are thinking. Mm-hmm. Is it okay to open a OnlyFans account to make money? Girl, it's okay to do whatever you want as long as it's legal or you don't get caught. Sprinkle, sprinkle. That's all I can tell you. Hmm. Um, shoot, like, I'm not your mother. You don't need to get no permission. Um, so yeah, just remember, if you feel objectified, spend less time with that person and more time with people that don't make you feel objectified. Or if you don't have any people like that in your life, then spend time by yourself or with someone who, is neutral. Definitely. Hmm. You said you 22 dating a 37-year-old. The age difference is real. Oh my goodness. That's not even that much older. You said objectification can be a turn on sometimes. Yeah, that's what I said earlier. I say, like, that's exactly what the men want the women for. And the women want the men who have the money to objectify their wallets. So if it's mutual, that's perfectly fine. But if you don't want to feel that way all the time, let's say, okay, I know you only like me for what I look like because you don't listen to a word I say. You don't understand none of the words that are coming out of my mouth. You know, we have very little in common, except you like what I look like and I like your money. Basically, if you get tired of that, go hang out with someone else that doesn't make you feel that way. Duh. Go have fun with someone else. Go have a conversation with someone else. Go have, dinner with someone that doesn't make you feel like that. Now, it doesn't have to be a man. It could be a friend. It could be a sibling. It could be, a parent, an aunt, an uncle, whoever, or another man or another woman or whatever, whoever you find, whoever you want. You know what I'm saying? But it doesn't have to be. You don't have to spend your entire life feeling objectified if you don't want to. You know what I'm saying? You do have options. You do have free will. You do have choices. What does it say about women who get older and have less expectations from a man? It means that they really don't need that man anymore. Because I feel like if you don't really need something anymore, your expectations don't really matter, because you can get stuff done on your own. But if you really couldn't, then they would be increasing. So I feel that most men who don't feel needed in a relationship, whether it's expectations or not, tend to start slacking. So sometimes you have to give them that reminder that this is what you need to do. You got to give them some expectations. You're 40. Are you too young? Are you too young for me? You're 40? I wouldn't say you're too young, but I'm older than you. Do you look 40? Do I look 40? I mean, I'm not asking for you. I'm just saying, I don't think age, I think it matters how you feel. You of course be over 18, but dang, how do you feel? And how much money you got? No. We got to survive. Uh-oh, Percy, sprinkle, sprinkles. He said Percy wouldn't like me when I'm angry. Uh-oh. Ooh, Percy. How was my morning? Very eventful. After 3 days of no contact, does it mean he lost interest? 3 whole days? Girl, maybe he got crucified and had to go resurrect, girl. Give him some time. Sprinkle. Girl. It's okay. Give him time for the Passover. Sprinkle. Just a joke. Yeah. Anyway. Who cares? 3 days. He might be in the hospital. You don't know. So he might have lost his phone. I don't like if you're in a serious relationship with that person and they didn't call you in 3 days, then they're doing that on purpose. Unless if you didn't call it all the hospitals and nobody in the emergency room or whatnot, you didn't call the morgue, they ain't in there. Then you know what? Do you have fun? Do it. Go out with other people because that's disrespectful. Okay. You said be mean to men, they will respect and love you more. Is smoking sexy? Why would men be attracted to a smoker? Women? It depends on if they don't care about that or not, or if they're more looking at the woman instead of the smoking. So I guess it depends on what they're more interested in. Because some men will take a woman any type of way. Some men will say, okay, well, maybe I can get them to quit, or they'll take it as is. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't care if you smoke, just shoot. Whatever. It depends on how much they want you, like I said. What perfume do you suggest for winter? Whichever one you like. Sprinkle, sprinkle. I have so many different perfumes. I just use them all when I need to. Like, it doesn't even matter. Like, I smell good because all the perfumes I buy smell good. Whichever one smells good to you, Men are supposed to chase women. That's what I'm doing. Okay. Shira, I was talking with a man who wants to marry since a year, but he stopped talking to me for a week, and I don't know if I have to talk with him again. Well, if you want to marry you, girl, he gonna find you. That's all I can tell you. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Percy, you wouldn't like me when I'm angry? I don't like smokers. Seems masculine. Yep. Well, back in the old days, a lot of people used to smoke. So I think nowadays it's very masculine. Yes. Like back in the old days, everybody used to smoke. You could smoke in a doctor's office. You could smoke in the hospital, in the ICU. Okay, they had ashtrays and the plane seats. So, like, I think it depends on how old you are. And how old? Like if you old man, you remember when people used to smoke in the hospital, okay, in the hospital bed, okay. So it don't bother you as much. But if it was a younger man, it would probably definitely be a no. Oh, Tatiana, your videos are incredible, are they? I thought they were just special. Sprinkle, sprinkle. I thought they were educational. Do you go to have these women? What you going to have these women that's 40 and up, lonely at home, petting a cat? So, what do you want me to tell them to do? Lower their expectations and take anything that they can get? Mhm. Lower your 40-year-old plus ladies. Lower your expectations and get whatever you can get, baby. Even Medea, who's a character played by a man playing a woman, wouldn't even tell nobody that. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Exactly. You said being the man of low quality. These guys really think they are in prime. I told him I wanted it in writing, and he agreed. But you wanted in writing, girl. I don't get angry. It takes a lot for me to get angry. I'm a mature soul. hmm That's wonderful. What do you think about women who go for younger men with money because they aren't as jaded or set in their ways or come with a lot of baggage? I think that's wonderful. Whatever they like to do, that's their preference. And I think that not being jaded also allows you to have more, hope in in pursuing or dating those type of men. And I feel like if you have that, then use it while you still got it. Definitely. If you still have that, go use it while you still got it, because there is a chance that you might find somebody. But either way, if you don't, you're still able to go and date older. So I would definitely say hold on to that for a little while. And if you are successful at that, then great. If you're not, you still can go and get something else. So, another man. So if those are the options you tend to want to explore, I definitely say, yeah, go out and explore that option. If it's not for you, then you can always go back to what you're used to. hmm I sure wish somebody would objectify me for money. Okay. Yeah, I mean, it's nice when you know that's the reason why they're with you. So then you embrace that. And, but see, I think when people get into a long term relationship and they say, okay, well, you don't ever listen to me or you only want me to pay the bills. It's like, okay, and did we agree with that in the beginning? It's like their expectations change later on down the line because after you get used to having a certain lifestyle and after they get used to looking at you and you know you're just a normal look now, even though they were objectifying you when they first met you. So it's almost like, okay, it's okay, well, I know that you don't understand what I'm talking about and you don't care what my hobbies are or anything. So I will go and find someone else to talk to about those things. I will go and explore other venues to spark my interests. So I feel that that's when people start having those expectations of actually wanting more out of those objectified relationships, because after that novelty wears off, then you have people that only objectify each other. And that's not a bad thing, because you can have love for those people. You can be in a family with those people, but at the same time, if you don't have a lot in common, then that's all. you know When you demotivated with men, focus more on yourself, self-care. That's true. Um, Men objectify ugly women too. I mean, I think it just depends on what they're objectifying them for, that they objectify anyone that allows them to. So, I mean, some of the men even in the comments objectify us in the comments, and they feel that it's normal. So, but then they get offended when we objectify them. It's always, our fault until they go back and read their, comments. But it's fine. Sometimes you have to be able to admit that, okay, I was wrong for that, and maybe I should have chose, a different way to say that. Okay, but when you are objectified as a woman from childhood all the way up until adulthood, it feels normal to be objectified by men until it doesn't. Or it feels normal to want a man to provide and things like that until they don't want to provide. But it feels normal to be objectified in this society. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You said drag you, you lost your head in the game. Girl, you can never lose your head if you regenerate. Boop. Okay. Girl, you better get some of this elixir, baby. Sprinkle, sprinkle. On my Etsy store. um Sure, what do you think about taking a year to travel before settling? If that's what you want to do, like by yourself, if there's no prospects, if you're not in a relationship, then do whatever you want. If you're in a relationship and you say, I want to go and travel for a whole year without you or with you, depends, like, because most people aren't going to wait that long. But if you're single, then ain't nothing stopping you. Sure, what do you think about taking, okay, I read that. Y'all, this dude that you knew had, so what? Oh my goodness, that is terrible. Okay, so why do women start hating when you start to lose weight? How do you process that and keep the momentum up? I don't know. It's like either they don't know that they're hating, or if they are conscious of it, um, maybe they feel like they're doing it for your own good or someone else's good. I have no idea. Like, I can't read people's mind and tell you what they're thinking. So, like, some people are used to seeing you a certain way, and when you get too skinny, they like, oh, something is wrong with you. A lot of people be like, something is wrong with you. You don't look like the same person anymore, or da, 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 or something is, sometimes they don't even realize that they're hating. Sometimes it's not even hate. Sometimes it's, I like you just the way you are, or you don't need to change for me. Or, sometimes it's like, are you changing to leave? That's what it is. But sometimes it is jealousy. I mean, I ain't gonna lie. It is jealousy sometimes. But sometimes it's not. Sometimes it's something more deep than they're willing to admit. Mm-hmm. You said having a cat might be better. Uh-huh. Because women don't want to see other women win. I feel that women are not in a competition with each other. You know what I'm saying? And that's part of like knowing that if you're in a competition with someone, if you feel like I don't want to see someone win, if it's always that, then it's not real anyway. You know what I'm saying? Next stop, Earth. When men who constantly say age is a factor are using low vibration mind programming to lower the self-esteem and self-worth of beautiful, vibrant women. Like, I don't listen to those type of people. I am basically who I want to be. If I look too old for someone, oh well, their problem, not mine. If I look too young for someone, oh well, their problem, not mine. It has nothing to do with me. You know what I'm saying? That's why I always feel like people keep making someone else responsible for their preference. Like, if you don't like something, don't approach the opposite. If you don't like somebody, don't talk to them. You know what I'm saying? If you don't like someone, don't bother with them. If you're in competition with someone and they don't know that you're in a competition with them, don't be mad at them. Okay. If you are, if you feel someone is hating on you and they don't even know your name or who you are, then don't take that personally. That's all I can tell you, because all I'm saying is, if they don't know you, don't take it personally. It is not competition. Okay. If they do know you and it's personal and they told you it was a competition and they said, you know, Mark, get set, ready, go, or whatever. If they said all of that, then yes, now you know it's a competition and there you go. But if you're just being who you are and doing what you normally do or not normally do, or if you tend to switch up things every once in a while, depending on your mood or how you feel, or lose weight or gain weight or wear what you want to wear or eat what you want to eat or go on a diet, that has nothing to do with anybody else. Okay? It has nothing to do with anyone else. And if they take it personally, that's their problem. Okay? People will always have something to say about another person. They will always have something to talk negatively or about another person. People will always be in competition with someone who doesn't even know who they are. So it don't matter. Just do what you want to do. Mm-hmm. I really don't care about haters as long as it's not, they're not in my way. Okay, if it affects your workplace because chicks are crazy, then find somewhere else to work, baby, or start your own business. So that's what I feel. I feel like there are, think about those assistants that have to work for certain people and their demands are so high and they're always changing their mind every 2 seconds. Those people end up writing books. What it was like to work for such and such. Um, some of them turn into movies. Oh my goodness. What was that movie? The Devil Wears Prada? It's not personal. It's just that person. hmm It's what, Cruella. Y'all remember that movie Cruella? If y'all haven't seen the new one, go watch it. This lady was in competition with someone she didn't even know. Or someone was mad at this lady for something that she probably did years ago and then been in secret competition with this person for a long time. It's like the lady didn't even know. Who cares? No one is in competition with anyone. I could care less what other people are doing. I don't know that many people. I'll just do what I like to do. So, how can you act like you care when dealing with men so they are more trusting to give more money? They always say, I'm too cold. Tell them you don't care already. And they'll just think you're joking or lying anyway, like, because they don't listen anyway. Just tell them, look, I'm numb. It takes a lot to make me care. Then they see it's a challenge. It takes a lot. I'm very hard to get along with sometimes. It takes a lot to get me excited. It takes a lot to impress me. It takes a lot to make me, you know, really feel like I care about someone. So they really have to be special. And if I like you, then, you know, you'll have no problems. So they feel like, you know, in their mind, their inflated ego may feel like, okay, well, I could get her to like me, or I could get her to care, or I could get her to do this. But she told you, she told you, you know, you don't know everyone and how they feel, and, you know, the degree of how they feel. You don't know if you're going to be able to get them to that specific way of feeling or not. So if you want to act, then act. But, you know, you can slowly tell them the truth, and whether they accept that or not is if they accept it or not. You said, if is it a red flag he wants to meet your friends? I don't have friends. See how common it is? Go meet. I mean, you know, like, oh, I don't have any friends to meet. That might be a red flag that you ain't got no friends. So, and the red flags will cancel each other. And there you are, back where you started, baby. So, there you are, back where you started. A friend knows you a sugar baby and constantly asks me to help her find a sugar daddy, but she overweight and dresses like a high schooler. How do I let her know her look is doesn't attract money? Just be an example. If your friend is always hanging out with you, dress however you want to dress, and allow yourself to, you know, be seen and heard and get your dates, and maybe she'll follow suit, or maybe she, you know, if she sees that that's successful. But I feel that if that's what she's looking at as an example, you know, the best people lead by example. um you know, especially if they know that they want to help you in some sort of way. Okay, I want to help you to level up so you can get you a sugar daddy too. So this is what you got to do for me. um you got to lose weight and you got to dress more age appropriate. Okay, where's your sugar daddy? You got one? Okay, wonderful. I guess when that person decides that they want one, they'll probably have no issues because they had a really good example, you know, so they'll know what to do. um you went to the doctor and they did nothing for you? Oh my goodness. Sure is. If a potential guy says he's do a business together, sprinkle, sprinkle. I stopped listening after that. Like, maybe work together on one project if it benefits you, or a couple of projects, but never go into business unless you're gonna make a lot of money and y'all aren't really together. You know what I'm saying? Because that will ruin the relationship. If you go into business and y'all are like together, it may ruin the relationship. So I would definitely be like, you know what? I work with you on a couple of projects, but I'm gonna be over here too, and I'm be dating other people, because if you want to work and have a business together, because I can't do that. I will lose respect. I'll be like, I can't respect you if you know, you need to be either the owner of the business, or of your own business, and I own my own business, or you need to be, you know, I need to be getting a check without even going to work. Okay, sprinkle, sprinkle. Either way, and you have my name can be on the business. Uh, you know, with your last name, because we're gonna have to be married. And I'm not showing up for work. I will just collect the paycheck when you get home out of your pockets. Sprinkle, sprinkle. That's the only way I would do it, because I don't want to be able to. Oh, sprinkle, sprinkle. Best way to get a consult with me. I don't do consultations. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Apologizing for that because I don't do consultations anymore. Would you recommend freestyling on a random weekday night? Yeah, any day of the week is fine. Anytime, any day. People are always out looking around for the next thing, the next person to talk to, the next person to scam or lie to and pretend they are looking for something genuine. What to do if a man doesn't come up to you because they think you look too stuck up? Were they dusty? Um, would you really want someone to approach you if they thought you were too stuck up? They don't have what it takes, baby. No. Oh, sprinkle, sprinkle. Welcome to Level Up 2. Oh, thank you for joining that. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Um, yeah, if you have to do all of that, I don't think so. If you stuck up, you stuck up. Okay? Like if someone thinks you're stuck up, obviously you're acting a certain way that they don't feel comfortable communicating with or approaching. So I would definitely say maybe try to speak their language. Look like as if you're approachable to them if you like that person. If you don't care about what people think, then do continue to be who you are. Mhm. Mhm. Just smile and be scared of a dusty what? Uh-huh. And like, a lot of people will always, try to make you feel a certain way or as if there's certain things that have to be this way or that way. And they will try to objectify you and all this kind of stuff. But if you don't feel as if you're an object, then you're not an object. Basically, what you are is an indicator of people who like to objectify. And even if you like to objectify other people, at least you know that's what you're doing and there's no confusion involved. And you can leave at any given time and or you can go entertain someone else, or they can entertain you, whichever way. But everyone has, that ability to do so. Um, when they say I'm stuck up and reply, you reply you stuck. Well, being stuck up and pretending to be stuck up are two different things. You know what I'm saying? Some people pretend to be stuck up so they don't get approached in certain environments, and some people, switch that attitude as soon as they get around other types of people. So it just depends on where you are. Mhm. Them saying a girl is stuck up is an excuse for them being too intimidated and bitter because they don't have the courage to make a move. Exactly. Like, honestly, if you're stuck up, and the other person, their personality may not go well with yours. Um, and I mean, it might if you ever got to know each other, but sometimes people that say you're stuck up, they don't spend any real time together. So they don't know if you're stuck up or not, or if that's just how you look in order to keep certain people away. So if how you look is in order to keep other people away from you, and you have a problem with not being approached, then maybe you need to find a middle ground about how you look or how you're perceived or how you look to other people. But for me, I'm going to be different every time you see me. So you better like variety. Variety in one place. You better like variety in one. Mm-hmm. You better like stuck up, down to earth, ratchet, classy. You better like it all. You better just like it all. You don't have to go into business if you can't do it for yourself. Yeah, exactly. I wouldn't even be discussing that with anybody. So, you got to make sure that you're who you like to be when you like to be. Because I can act a certain way to attract a certain type of man. And then you can act the opposite way to attract the opposite type of man. So it's all about what you're trying to attract as to how you're going to allow people to perceive you. Okay. Or if you keep saying the same words that other people say at the same time, is this a gent girl? I don't know. Is it? Try to think of different words to say that aren't common. Ben don't get free bubbly conversation from you. Okay, that's good. You're into going to the rain places. You said boho, camp, hipster, western, hotep, goth. Girl, exactly. It sound like Lil Nas X, right? And you see freedom, baby, freedom. Do what you want. No box. No box, baby. No box. You could go anywhere, anytime you feel like going, and don't even have to worry about what other people think, because whatever you choose to do, is people gonna like it. People gonna respond. Yeah, people. You said that Lil Nas X raffling feather. Exactly. You don't have to fit in a category. I would never tell you to fit into a category unless you were trying to. Like, okay, you want to get in this specific, genre, then act this way. Okay. Lil Nas X is smart. Okay. He's very intelligent. Okay. He's not a fool. I promise you. He's very strategic in what he does. Okay. We want to be stuck up to dust. We don't want to deal with Tyrone with his warehouse job. And before we go, okay, well, then don't do that. You're stuck on you, your sanity, the most high, and your money. Okay, sprinkle, sprinkle. You said always come off stuck up to broke tips. Okay. Yeah, you know what I feel? I think they substitute the word stuck up for confident. Sometimes a lot of when a woman is confident and she's very sure about herself and she does not need to prove it, that may seem stuck up to some people. But when they are, you know, constantly trying to prove themselves, that and how this and that doesn't seem stuck up. It seems like you're looking for validation. So when you are just confident and know who you are, and people tend to say that's stuck up, but it's not. It's knowing who you are and your worth. And if they can't see that, y'all ain't gonna talk about it anyway. Period. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Mhm. And if you can find a way to talk, or find a middle ground, find something in common that you guys have, then definitely there will be something to speak about. Because you may be confident in who you are, know who you are, and that person may not have be on that level yet, and they may be able to learn something from you. So I would always say, people are people. If they have the confidence to talk to a stuck-up woman, then they have the potential to reach whatever level that they're trying to reach as far as their own confidence. You said stuck up is when you look down on other people. Confidence is when you're worrying about yourself and not being a bully, right? Um, well, some people make you stuck up though. Like There are certain people that are stuck up because people made them that way. People don't become stuck up naturally. Okay, y'all got to also remember that. The first stuck up person did not become stuck up naturally. It's like somebody pushed them to being stuck up. Mm-hmm. Your friend deal with stuck up women because they don't know any better. Okay. You thought old girl was supposed to be going live. What? What? Who make them stuck up? I don't know. I don't know who makes people stuck up. The people that I think it's the people that expect them to lower their expectations or treat them a certain way or da da da. Da. I think it's a lot of times it's other people that create that stuck up attitude with other people. You know. You need somebody to marry you, girl. Now? Well, then you better go propose because I don't know how you're gonna do that now. What? You better look good then. You better give him that ultimatum. You right because some women think you are a whole, not my problem. Exactly. You know, stuck up is an objective term. The point is, if they're wasting your time criticizing a person instead of focusing on someone that do like, the person doing the criticizing is the one with the real issue, right? Yeah. Um, being stuck up is just being who that person is, okay? And if that's how they feel, that's how they feel. You can't even mad at somebody for feeling a certain way. That's how they feel. Look, I'm stuck up to some people. I'm down to earth to other people. I'm normal to some people. It depends on your perspective. So that's all I can tell you. Your perspective is basically where you looking from. I don't know. You said that was no help at all. Exactly. Because some people would say, "Oh, she's so down to earth. She's so friendly and nice." Okay. Oh, she's so stuck up and full of herself. Oh, she's so confident, or she has low self esteem. It depends on where you're looking from. So, I mean, that's relevant. When men try to humble women, it makes more stuck up women. Okay, you can't humble a woman. The only way you can humble a woman is to be the man that she really, really wants, and that's it, baby. That's all. That's the only way. If you can't do that, don't expect anything of that woman. That's anything close to humble. Could you please answer the question? I don't know. There's a million questions up here. You guys, I can't see all the questions, but you should have just typed the question again. um, how to remove a man's fear he's cheating on his wife, but he hadn't had sex with yet with his side chick. Do they make out and all except sex? Will he have sex with her after some time? Um, I don't know. Like that's a weird question to ask. Like if you let it go that long, did you let it go that? Mm, side chick remove a man's fear, girl. Why would you want to remove his fear? The fear of divorce or the fear of you? That's a weird question to ask. Like, are you really waiting that long? Or is that friend waiting that long? And they're gonna let it roll? Like, honestly, maybe he don't want to sleep with a side chick. Okay, maybe he don't want to sleep with the side chick. Maybe because if he did, he would have done that. Ben don't wait that long. Shoot, sprinkle, sprinkle. That's crazy. Like they would have already done that. Definitely. What type of side chick is going to wait that long? And what type of man is going to wait that long? Something's off. Sure, the question, you've been dating your boyfriend for 13 or 3 years on and off. You want him to marry you now. I gave him ultimatum. He basically bought me a small 1K ring and told me I'm being too pushy. What should I do? Being too pushy? I would definitely keep that ring. Yes, keep the ring. And still get his money. But, if you're young, you have time. If you're old, move on. Sprinkle, sprinkle. If you're young, you have time. If he's not in a rush, definitely make sure that he's able to be married. He might be married already, girl. You don't know. You need to check him out. Make sure you know who he is. Get your money too. What would you do if James left you for a richer woman? Congratulate him. Congratulations, James. I don't know how you did it. It's a miracle. Have fun. Send me a Christmas card every now and then. But I don't care. Just find a richer man, girl. That's all you got to do. That's that easy. What should I spend my money on? Plastic surgery to level up or master's degree? Girl, what you think? Honestly, neither one, girl. Start you a business. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Level up at the same time as you making money on your business. Your own business. Shoot, I just got married following your advice. How do you keep him chasing forever? I have no idea, baby, but just figure it out. Just keep trying to. I don't know. Use your imagination. Use your imagination. Okay. I know, sprinkle, sprinkle. You said just buy a cat and be happy. He said it takes more than dime store advice to scam money out of accomplished men. The awakening. I don't think you need any advice to scam men out of money, and I don't even want to call it a scam because men willingly give women money, especially if the woman doesn't give them the attention or the time of day. They will take out their own wallets and start showing them what they have, or mentioning their cars or their homes or things like that. They will show you the money, like on Jerry Maguire, baby. They will show you the money before you even ask about the money, if they're interested in you. Okay. So you don't, if that man really likes you and is interested in you, they're going to show you the money, or they're going to show everyone their money and try to attract women to them. And so there's no issue. Okay. So if you got money and you're a man and you're flashing it left and right, obviously it's not for other men unless you're trying to pay for them and buy them drinks and pay their bills. I don't know. Mhm. Any advice for when you already have money? I only like men with money, and other men seem to not be interested at you. Other men seem to not interest me at all. Okay, well then stick to that. No, um, that's like it's kind of like buying a car. If there's only a certain type of car that you don't want any other types of cars. If there's a particular brand of car that you like to drive, and you're not going to settle for anything less or too different, then that's what you like. That is your preference. You're not going to change, and you're going to figure out how to get that, or you're going to find a way to have what you want. And if you don't, then you're not going to settle until you have it. That's just it. If you settle, then that means you really didn't want that in the first place. You know what I'm saying? So those are your standards. Keep your standards. If you feel like you're not going to be able to get what you want, you might be surprised. If you feel like you need to multitask and see, what else is out there at the same time, then that's fine too. But you might miss this if you keep, looking over here. So I would say maybe just try to keep your standards at least on a certain level that you don't go down from. Maybe rich, but not as rich as you're thinking, middle rich. I don't know. You feel bad for any man talking to you? You feel bad for him? Oh, okay. Good. That's good. Men tell me you have too high standards, kind of guilt tripping. That's not your problem. Once again, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's like somebody coming up to you and telling you, "Oh my gosh, you're too this, or you're too tall, or you're too pretty, or you're too smart." Compared to who? You? Your last date? Okay, I don't know. But that ain't my problem. That's your problem. You know what I'm saying? It's like, okay, not my problem. That's how you have to feel. Sure, if a guy brings his luxury car in your area, is he only trying to impress you? Well, it depends on if his car is more luxurious than all the other luxury cars in my area, then yes. If his car is more luxurious than all the other cars in my area, yes. If it's not, then no, it's the norm. Mhm. If a man that tell you you are high maintenance, that means he is low maintenance? No. Oh, you said a car doesn't mean a thing? I know. For me, a car is not even impressible. If he about to spend yeah, like unless you let me have the car, or if I can drive the car and the car is paid for and it ain't rented or leased, okay, wonderful. But if it's just gonna be your accessory, then who cares? Where, like, you got money to go with that car to go in my pocket. That's the point. Yeah, you got a nice car, wonderful. You know, unless you are a fan of that car, if you like that car, if that's the car that means something to you, and some people have like this weird car thing. And if that person has that particular car, you may just be attracted to the car and not the person, or you may be just attracted to the person because they like the same type of car that you like, or you have something in common. So it just depends on the type of car it is. If it's just a regular old luxury car that everybody got, then it doesn't matter. So it has to be something as that speaks to you. Mhm. That's me. I like the niece. Oh, girl. If a man say you are high, okay, I already read that one. Um, how to get a man to stop nagging? Don't stop listening. That's all. He automatically stop nagging. Just put some music in your ear, baby. Uh-huh, uh-huh. Imagine you got you a Range Rover, but he wants to give you Honda money. If he wants to give me Honda money for my Range Rover, oh shoot, stop calling. I almost called emergency. Oh my goodness. Um, if he sacrifices his money for me and say, here, I know I only drive a Honda, but here you can have my money. Um, I'm like, well, what's your savings account look like? Because some people be driving cars that aren't luxury, but they got a lot of money. So if you don't got no money, if you don't have no good savings account, I'm not going to take someone's money unless I really need it. You know what I'm saying? So, uh, what you got in your savings account? What's your money look like? Da, da, da. Not going to take advantage of someone with less than I have unless they vowed to me that they was gonna pay for everything and take care of everything. Unless they're my husband, no, I'm not taking it. Okay, because I don't want you expecting nothing in exchange. How to how can you be more dark feminine when I'm just starting to talk to a guy? If that's not who you are naturally, it's gonna be hard to fake that because that takes talent. You got to be naturally dark feminine. Like you got to just be like you gotta. Either you need to go condition yourself to be, or you need to tap into that. You say you're so mysterious that you don't even open up. Good. Then. That's the mystery. You don't care if he has money. I care if I have money. So unless he's giving it to someone who cares. Some people look at it that way, but like, you don't want them to be like, oh, well. But if they want to, if that's what they live for, then hey, let them do it. And some people just live for you. I'm like, hey, this is why I'm on this earth, just for you. You can find that type of person. It doesn't matter what they drive. That's what they want to do. When a husband comes home and tells his wife he got a job promotion, she shares his excitement because she also benefits. If a man just showing off his money, it isn't sharing with you. Okay. Uh-huh. You dark and bubbly, if that makes sense. Okay. Mm-hmm. Well, being objectified for free is the worst. Uh-huh. If you know you're being objectified, you don't know, ignorance. You don't know. You said dark feminine tips. Well, number one, don't care. Number two, this is okay. Number two, look the part, wardrobe, makeup. Number three, Be profound, yet simple at the same time. Um, say something that takes them off guard and wait on their response. Allow them to see for allow them to see that you view things from a different perspective, but you don't have but you're not judging them for any other thing, but that's just how you see. You know, allow yourself to have a dark side and not apologize for it at all. Okay. I have a dark side. Don't be apologetic for it. They might be so intrigued to find out what that dark side is. That's what's going to catch them. What to do if a man complains that you don't give him enough time? I ran out of excuses. There is no reason, because I don't want to, or because I don't have the time, or because you are not giving me the money in order for me to make time for you. Either way. Do you want to, like, if that person needs my time, they're going to come tell me. They're going to speak. They're going to say something if they really want my time. If I want their time, I'm going to make sure they know. Okay. I'm like, look, I'm going to tell them. What to do if you're in a relationship and he says he feels alone? P.S. You're normal. I feel so alone. You're normal. Perhaps if he feels so alone, y'all don't have nothing in common, baby. Y'all don't have anything in common if he feels alone. There's nothing to talk about. They say they don't like high maintenance girls. They don't consider high maintenance, but the thrill of bossing one is all they dream about. Well, I feel like, maybe they secretly want to be a high maintenance woman, and that's their way of showing it. You know, I guess being a high maintenance woman is better than being a low maintenance man. I don't know. You dated a man that said he is aware you are high maintenance because he liked that, and then was just effing greedy. People that don't use punctuation are irritating. Okay. I don't really care. As long as I can read it and understand it, it's not a bunch of slang. Do you think being honest about feelings is a good idea ever? If you don't care. If you, like I said, you want that dark feminine, it doesn't matter. Just say what you want. I told you I had a dark side. I told you I didn't care. That's all you can say. Like, if you're operating from that dark feminine side, you can say whatever you want. If you're in the relationship already, if you're just starting a relationship, or if you're just dating, then that's when the key to stay mysterious. Tell them you have a dark side. They don't know what that includes. Your dark side could be being super honest and not caring. There you go. I don't know why they would consider that dark if, most of the time they're doing the same thing. That's normal for men, but dark for women. You know what I'm saying? The norm for men, but dark feminine for women. Okay, look. Enjoy this life getting beautiful. You said men literally be turned on without me doing anything. How to benefit from them? Ask for what you want. He is very powerful, rich, and married. Political reasons. Sleeps paid to sleep with many girls in just one single night. An after party at 5 hotel suite. How to stand up? Huh? Don't. I wouldn't even be bothered. Like, honestly, stay exactly where you are. If he wants you, he'll come find you. Okay. If you gotta sift through all that, then you're not special. Never come off one way to a man. You need dark and light. He has to see the contours of your soul. Yeah, well, he deserved to see it. He can get both in the beginning, but whichever one he brings out the most, that's what the one he gonna get. Sprinkle, sprinkle. So whichever one you bring out the most is what you're gonna get. So you better act right. Say you get dirty in the bedroom and no one gets to see your dark side. You're welcome. But um then they don't see it. You love being dark and mysterious. Okay, yeah. Some people won't ever get to experience your dark side. But some will. Your dark side is not for everyone. Okay. It's a red flag if he never calls you and just texts. I mean, I don't like talking on the phone unless it's somebody that I like. If it's somebody that I really like, I'll talk on the phone with you, but not forever. If I talk to you forever on the phone, then you must be a good listener. You know what I'm saying? Um, but at the same time, if I don't really have anything to say to you, or we don't have a lot in common, or if you're not making sense to me, or if you're not, speaking um, about anything, then I'm probably just not going to be on the phone all day. Okay, I'm not going to be on the phone all day. Y'all be giving men too much time and energy they didn't earn. Okay. I mean, people will definitely try to get your attention in so many ways. They see you have a dark side, they're going to appeal to your dark side. They see that you, have high expectations. They're going to do all those things for you. And, that's a nice gesture, da, da, da. But at the same time, it's like, um, that's the minimum, baby. What else? Like, you know, people will give you the bare minimum if they know what you like. It's too easy. Like if they already know you and what you like, that's like, okay, well, I know they like these type of flowers. I know they like this type of weird stuff, and I know they like this. Okay, check, 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 check. Okay, great. So after doing all of those things and expecting to get something out of it, um, you know, then what? Like, what are you going to do after you get whatever you want? What are you going to do after you get the woman? Um, are you going to keep that up, or are you going to deal with that part of her, or are you going to make sure that are you going to try to change who she is, or what you going to do? Like, because some people start off doing so much and then stop, or are they going to continue to do that, or are they going to find alternative ways to give you what you want or not? Because like when you're not doing certain things anymore, then the relationship gets you know strained. Hmm. You said practice magic. Well, I mean, I think a lot of men who are, involved with women who are not, you know, of a normal religion or practice a normal path of whatever spirituality or whatever they practice, they're in for, that dark side or that alternative life or that, whatever. So if they're fine with it, then they're fine with it. If they're not, it may scare some people off. It may be like, oh no, I could never date someone that does that for a living, or you know or for themselves or whatever. It's like, that will scare them off automatically. But if it lures people in, then that's another thing. But if you're not even, if that's not even your interest, but you do learn about those things for that particular person, that's more of a gesture and something nice, um as well. So it just depends on why they're doing certain things. Hmm. Do I think I got lucky with James or he got lucky with you? I don't know. It's like when I really sit back and think about it, it almost seems as if uh, it was strange because he approached me. So I don't know. It was strange because he approached me and he was very persistent. So I mean, I don't know. I guess he got lucky because he was very persistent. But who knows? Do you ever recommend putting together an activity, meditation, prayer? No, I don't. I don't do all that organization stuff, child. That's too many organizational words. Like you already lost me. It sounds boring now. When you try to put stuff in the correct order, or any type of order at all, or try to make a class. I can't. I don't deal with it. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like it sounds too curricular. You know what I'm saying? Curricular. Like you already lost me. I can't even finish reading that story or that comment. Not that there's nothing wrong with that, but that's just not me. I'm not going to put together any type of order. That makes, to me, it takes all the fun out of anything. It takes all the mystery out of everything. It's like, if I know what we're doing, then I don't want to do it. Um, it's like, no, why put everything and make it boring? Like, I'm not finna do all of that. Look, just do what makes you feel good. Do whatever you want. Should you treat a rich guy with options just like a Dusty to make him stay on the ground if he's slacking? Or is he giving you money, baby? Sprinkle, sprinkle. If he ain't giving you money, they're the same. Honestly, like if he's offering you money, if he's gonna give you money, because isn't it the same thing? I don't know. Like, you gonna give me some money? No. Dusty, you gonna give me some money? No. Okay. Do you like me, rich man? Only for a friend. Do you like me, Dusty? Only for your money. Okay, so they're both the same. Or I'm only here for because it's income tax time, or I like you, but I like my money more. Okay, great. Same, you know. So, what would you do? The role for women in relationships is to stay out of his lane, gender specific. Hmm. The role in anybody's relationship is whatever they make the role. You know what I'm saying? If you want to be in your own lane, um, be in your own lane. If he wants you to be in his lane, whatever, whatever. But at the same time, stay where you want to be. That's all. Stay where you want to be at. Stay where you like. It's better. Because if it was the other way around, they would stay exactly where they wanted to stay. Okay. You say you treat him like a dusty. You never answer, and it's been 3 years, and he is still there searching for you because he will never find anything better. But you must have impressed him in the beginning. I don't know, child. Like, if you impress somebody in the beginning, they'll never forget you. I don't know how. They'll never forget. What do you say to him? You need to go for it. I mean, what is there to say? Appreciate that. I don't know. Appreciate it. You got good taste. I don't know. Shoot. Who can help me? You got good taste. That's all I'll say. Would you rather have a man that's too intelligent or too boring? Ooh, too intelligent. Well, you can learn from the one that's too intelligent, but the boring one, you can't learn nothing. So, the yeah, definitely would probably go for the one that I could learn from. If I can't learn anything from you and you just gonna sit there and be boring, I don't know. Do you think making men jealous is a bad idea? I don't think doing it on purpose is a bad idea, but if you're just minding your own business and people are attracted to you and they're talking to you and the man is looking and seeing, that's his problem. If you like someone, you know, you make sure that you have no reason to be jealous because you're giving them everything that they want and need. How deal with friends telling him your standards are too high and you're using him? I don't have friends, baby. Sprinkle, sprinkle. So I don't like nobody would be telling me nothing. It will just be me, in my own opinion. But if I did have people telling me stuff about another person, I mean, I would listen, but I would also make my own decision um, as well. But like when you really like someone, you're not going to listen to people when they're talking negative about that person anyway. So sometimes, you have to find out on your own, or you need to, pay closer attention to the details. Hmm. Anyway, y'all, I got to go, but I will see y'all on the next one. Um, they have $5 million in loans, but you put the work and you only have to pay back. What? What the heck? All right. I'll see y'all on the next one. I'll see y'all later. Or I might be back later on this channel. Or no, I'm gonna go to my other channel. All right, I'll see y'all. Bye.